afternoon, everyone. It's Miss Amy from Camden Public Library, and I am going to do book talks from home. So I am book talking books that I have here at home that I have read that I haven't talked about yet. So let's get started. So the first one that I want to talk about is Ghetto Cowboy. So I actually read this a long time ago. This is actually, I think it was published in 2011, but I just watched a movie about the Ghetto Cowboys. So, true story. Well, based loosely on a real set of Ghetto Cowboys in Philadelphia. This kid, Cole, this is Ghetto Cowboy by G. Neary. And Cole is sent by his mom to live with his dad because he's been getting into trouble in Detroit, Michigan. And so she sends him to Philly to live with his dad, who is actually a ghetto cowboy. So Cole just thinks it's the most awful thing. He never expected to find horses, let alone black cowboys. And they're not out in a field or whatever. They are right smack dab in the city, in the hood. As it puts in the book. And, but then he comes to love one of the horses and, learns to fight for what he believes in when the city tries to shut down the stables. And he advocates for them and for his horses and for the cowboys. And this is a historical or a realistic fiction story based on the real ghetto cowboys who live there. And the movie was based on the same thing, a very similar premise. Really good, actually quite a quick read, but a great story. Who would have thought? I mean, I had no idea that they existed until I read the book. So when I saw the movie, it reminded me again of this book, and I wanted to tell you about it. The next one is called The Timekeeper's Moon. This is the first in the series by Joni Sensel. Captivating adventure. Couldn't put it down. It reverts back in time to how stories and trades and what we learned was passed on from generation to generation. But this story has a connection to the modern world after it's virtually destroyed. So it's a post-apocalyptic. It's tied to the ancient world. Great characters that keep you on the edge of your seat throughout the whole story. And I loved it. It was very different. And there is a sequel, which is called The Far Walker's Quest. So continues the story. Loved this. Really good older book. So fantastic. This one is called JEPP of the Rising Stars, and this is a fantasy. Dwarves back in this time were collected and forced to entertain at court. But a series of events unfold, and JEPP, who is a dwarf, tries to help a pregnant girl named Leah get free from her situation and home. And things are never what they seem. So really, really fun, different fantasy series, standalone. The last one that I want to talk about is Orphan Island. This was on the main Student Book Award list a few years ago. It is about a girl named Ginny who is one of 9 children on an island. All of them are orphans. One comes, and then the eldest leaves on a boat that just appears on a certain day every year. And it is paradise with everything is just so until Ginny begins to struggle, knowing that she has to care and teach the next child that comes. There are secrets. It's a story of letting go and holding on and what happens. And the story left me a little hanging and somewhat unresolved. And I wanted more. So read it. See what you think. It was a very different story about these children. And there are no adults in this story at all. So, pretty cool. So, happy reading. Hugs to you all. I hope you check out some of these stories at your local library, at the Camden Public Library, or whatever library you are at, or you can get them at bookstores. You can borrow them from friends. You can buy them at your local indie bookstore or small bookstore or whatever. Hugs. Happy reading. Miss Amy.